Even on a beautiful day like today, if the townspeople of Assonet want to come to this library to get a book, chances are good they're going to be locked out. The store opened its doors in 1910, and it survived through the Great Depression, so Bartavian doesn't think the recession should affect sales too much, especially considering the type of clientele that typically shops here.
The party is raging here in Boston. Democrats have waited 8 long years to hear this phrase. Their candidate, Barack Obama, is the next president of the United States of America.
The boxing superstars of tomorrow are training here at Goody Petronelli's gym in Brockton, just as marvelous Marvin Hagler did some 2 decades ago. If the rain couldn't keep supporters, skeptics, and celebrities away from Mac's Apple Farm today, it's hard to imagine they'll avoid going to the polls come November 4th. From Londonderry, New Hampshire, I'm Jeff Young, EIV News. As President Obama's swearing in draws closer, it seems less and less likely that these supporters will be joining in the celebration. The comedians here at Agganis Arena have had the audience doubled over in laughter the entire night, and for a great cause, too. See, proceeds from every single ticket sold tonight will go directly to helping cancer patients and their families.
Open the gates!
Don't let his small stature fool you. DeJuan Wilmer has a big dream. He wants to see Barack Obama sworn in as president, but he can't get in. And he has some advice for the new man in power.
Tell the police you're the president and tell them I demand you to open the gates.
But sadly for DeJuan, the president gave no such orders. Though he wasn't the only one stranded, thousands of others could not get access to the National Mall either.
Unless you're a VIP, that's the only way you're going to get in there, and that's not fair, you know. It's for the people, and the people is left outside the gates trying to get in.
As President Obama's swearing in draws closer, it seems less and less likely that these supporters will be joining in the celebration. And that revelation kicked in for this Obama backer when he determined his chance of getting inside the gates was pretty slim.
I got about as much chance as a mule in a Kentucky Derby.
16 security gates were access points around the mall, and each gate had only 4 metal detectors. This caused a traffic jam of disappointed supporters who couldn't see or hear any of the mall's many jumbotrons or speakers. All they had was a view of the porta potties on the other side of the fence.
If he run his campaign for the people, by the people, and engage with the people, why is the problem today? They didn't have these problems over the weekend with the events, with the concerts. Why we have a problem today?
So it's mass confusion. Nobody has any answers for us, you know. And with all the months of preparation that they should have had, it should have been more organized than this.
Disappointment aside, most of the unlucky thousands were happy to be close to history as it was being made. They just wish they could have seen it. From Washington, D.C., I'm Jeff Young, WEBN News.
How bad do you want it?
This is the slogan of a champion, or more specifically, the trainer of a champion. For most of his life, Goody Petronelli has been involved with boxing in one way or another. He gained boxing prestige and notoriety in the 1980s by training the marvelous Marvin Hagler.
He says, someday I'll be the world's champion. And I put my arm around him. I says, yeah. I says, I'll be your coach. And I said to myself, he didn't know what he's talking about. I guess he knew what he was talking about.
He certainly did. For 7 straight years, Hagler held the title of middleweight champion of the world. Petronelli could have called it quits after training one world champ, but he isn't ready to stop yet. And he knows exactly why he's still here.
I'm still here, coming down the gym every night. The level of boxing to begin with, and I guess I enjoy working with people, and I develop when kids come in here.
The boxing superstars of tomorrow are training here at Goody Petronelli's gym in Brockton, just as marvelous Marvin Hagler did some 2 decades ago. However, Petronelli has not had a champion walk through his doors since Hagler, but failing to reach the top again has not deterred him. He still gives it his all.
All I know is that I put my heart and soul into it.
And for Goody Petronelli, that devotion is enough to keep him swinging. For WEBN News, I'm Jeff Young. In his first 2 months in office, President Obama has reversed several policies put in place by the Bush administration. Political correspondent James O'Leary is here to tell us why the president's latest move has given so many people hope for the future. James, what has people so excited? And the Massachusetts state gas tax might be raised. The State House has voted on a bill to get rid of the Mass Transit Authority and bring the rest of the state transportation system into one authority. The House, Senate, and Governor Patrick all have bills that are similar to one another. They differ on worker benefits and who will have control of the transit authority. MBTA pension and life insurance policies are also subject to change, no matter which bill is passed and signed by the governor.
With A-Rod now under serious scrutiny, can baseball leave the steroid era in the past for good?
I would say no. This is always going to be known as the steroid era. It's always going to be a black mark on baseball's history. I think the game will continue to grow and it will come out of it, and it won't really affect the game in the long run, but it will forever be known as the steroid era. Well, Google released a new version of their homepage today, which captured a classic and more historic Google. Let's whip out that monocle. The new and improved Google leaves space for you to write your query and then specify what kind of material you're looking for. You must note, though, that you have to allow 30 days for search results. Oh, and don't be cheap about the 42 cents, okay?